Okay guys, today we're gonna factorize some quadratic equation. Okay, so the rule is, well, we have a quadratic equation. We take the constant. Here is negative 18. And we take the coefficient of x, which is negative 7. So we're trying to find two factors of 18 that if we multiply, we're going to get negative 18, and if we add, we're going to get negative 7. So let's try. Let's see, factors of 18. Let's try 2 and 9. If we're trying to get 18, 2 times 9 will be 18, right? So let's try to put a negative sign here. So negative 2, negative 9 times 2 is going to give us 18, while negative 9 plus 2 is going to give us, we're going to get negative 7. Let's write in another color so you can see. Okay, let's try this. So if we have 2, so 2 times negative 9 will give us negative 18. And 2 minus 9 will give us negative 7. So we're going to change negative 7x, we're going to represent that with, so the factor will be x plus 2 x minus 9. So that's the factorization of this equation. Let's check if we're right. Let's try to expand this and see if we're going to get that. So if we expand, let me copy this, we're checking. So x times x, we're going to get x squared. X times negative 9, we're going to have negative 9x. 2 times x will be positive 2x. 2 times negative 9 will be negative 18. If we add our like terms together, negative 9 plus 2, we're going to have negative 7x. And that will be negative 18. That will be x squared. Does that look the same like the original equation? Yes. Okay. Next one. Let's try number 2. So remember, we have negative 14, that's a constant. So we're trying to find two factors of negative 14 that will add up to give us negative 5. Let's try. We have two factors of negative 14 will be 7 times 2. Let's try negative 7 times 2. So let's see this. Negative 7 times 2 will give us negative 14. And if we add negative 7 plus 2, we're gonna get negative 5. Remember, you can check the video where we add in integers. So if the greater number is negative, the answer is negative. So negative 7 times 2 is going to give us that. So we're good. So our equation is going to be P. We're going to use that to solve to get the final. P minus 7, P plus 2. If we check, let's check if we expand this, we're going to get. So that's the answer. But we want to check. Let's check if we're right. Check ourselves. I'm going to expand this. P minus 7, P plus 2. So P times P will be what? P squared. P times 2, and a positive 2P. So negative 7 times P is going to be negative 7P. Negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. Remember, we have two like terms. 2 minus 7 is negative 5P. Negative 14 P squared. Is that the same as the former equation? Yes, so we're right. Let's try this. This is easy. We can just find the common terms. Let's see the common terms on both sides. What is common? For number 6. I can see K is common on both sides. 7 and 9 do not have a common factor, so we're just going to leave that. So we're going to divide this factor by this K. So remember, this is K to the 1, and that's K to the 2. So this K will cancel one of this K, and we're left with 1. I'm going to divide this by K. And that K cancels this. So we're left with 7K plus 9. That is the answer. Okay, let's try another one. Oh yeah, this get complex a little bit. Number 5 is a little bit tricky, but it's doable. And I have number 5. I need 8 to be a little bit smaller. Okay, so we're gonna multiply 7 because the coefficient of the first term is greater than 1. We're gonna multiply 7 times 20 times negative 20, which is also negative 140. So we're trying to find negative 140. We're trying to find two factors that will give us negative 31. So let's try. We know 10 times negative 14 will give us 100 and will give us 140. But if we add these two numbers, are we going to get 140 and 31? No. We'll try something else. Let's say 140 could be 7 times 20. Right? If we add this up, no, we cannot get that. It's 120 times 2. It's 140. It will not. It's 106, no, 60 times 4. No. It's a 30. times, okay, category no, 7. Let's try 140 divided by 7. We're going to get, what goes here, 2. So 20 times 7 will give us 140. If we add that, we're not going to get 31. Let's try 5. 140 divided by 5. 5 goes here 1. 5 goes here 2. It's 28. So 28 times 5 because it's 150. If we add these two terms, we're not going to get 31. That was, so working on getting the factors of 140. So we're trying to get 140 divided by, let's see, can 6 go? Okay, this is another easy way to do this. 140 divided by 2 is 70, which is so 70 times 2 is 140. 70 divided by 2 is 35. So 35 times 2 times 2 will give us 140. We can divide this by 7. That will give us 5. So 5 times 7 times 2 times 2 will give us 140. I think we're good. So let's see. 10 times 14 will not give us 31. Let's see this one. 35 and 4, if 1 is negative, we can get 31. So we got it. So let's go. So that is negative 35 and plus 4. If we add this time, we're going to get to negative 35 plus 4 will give us 31. And 35, let's try that, make sure we're right. 35 times 4. Let's see if we're going to get 140. 4 times 5, 20, 0 plus 2, 12 plus that 140. So we're right. So this is a factor. So that so there's one more step to this. So we're going to copy. So we're going to represent negative 38x with negative 35 and positive 4x. So we're going to write this becomes negative 35x plus 4x, right? And I'm going to drop down. We're going to drop down negative 20, and we're going to drop down 7x squared. I'm going to put a little bar over here. And we're going to factorize this first part and the second part. So let's see what's common between 7 and 35. The numbers we know 7 is a multiple of 35. And x squared, we have two x's over here, and right here we have one x, so x is common. So we're going to divide 7x, x squared by 7, and we're going to divide 35x by 7x, and divide both sides by this. So if we divide this, 7x divided by 7, 7 will cancel, and this x will cancel that too, and we're left with 1. So this is going to be x. And we'll divide 35x by 7, that x cancels. 7 going to 35, 5 times, that will become -5. What is common between 4 and 20? 4 is common. So we have a positive 4. We divide that by 4 and this by 4. So 4 cancels out, and we're left with x. 4 going to 20 5 times, and that's -5. You can see we have between these two terms, what is common? You can see negative x minus 5 is common, so we're going to factorize that out. I'm going to factorize x minus 5 out. So that means we're going to divide this term, all of this term, by x minus 5. This will cancel that, and we're left with 7x. And if we divide this term by x minus 5, that will cancel, and we're left with what? Positive 4 parentheses. So the solution to number 5 will be, we'll copy this out. That's it. Neatly, the answer will be x minus 5, 7x plus 4. If we want to check if we're right, we can go ahead and check. Let's check an answer. Let's check and copy. So x times 7x, so going to be x times 7x plus x times 4 plus -5 times 7x plus -5 times 4. So x times 7x is 7x squared. X times 4 is plus 4x. -5 times 7x is -35x. -5 is -20. Now remember, we have two x terms, so we can add 35, -35 plus 4, and we're going to get -31x. So this equation becomes 7x squared minus 31x minus 20. Does it look the same like the formula? Yes, so we are right. So the answer is right. Okay, let's try one more. The last one. We'll multiply 18 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40, 0 plus 4. 5 plus that is 90. So we're going to look for 90, -90. Right? Remember, we're multiplying -18. So we're trying to get -80. We'll try 990. We'll find two factors that will give us, remember, if we don't have a number that's -1. The factors of 90 is 10 and 9. So if we multiply negative 1, so negative 10 times 9 plus 9 is going to be negative 1. Or negative 10 times 9 will give us, so we're going to deal with this. So negative 1p will become negative 10p plus 9p. So that becomes this. Because if we add these two up, negative 10p plus 9p, we're going to get negative 1p. And we copy the negative 18, copy the 5p squared. Draw a line between the two terms. What is common between these two terms? We know 5 is common, p is common. If we divide that by 5p, the p cancels 1p, and we're left with p. We divide this by 5p, p cancels, and that is negative 2. What is common? 9 is common. So we have 9 divided by 9, we have a p left. Divide this by 9, we have negative 2. What is common between this term and that term? We can tell negative is common, negative 2p is common. So we're going to factor that out. So we're going to factor p minus 2. So we're going to divide this term by p minus 2. That cancels this. We're left with 5p. We're going to divide other term by p minus 2. It cancels that, and we're left with plus 9. So the answer is p minus 2, 5p plus 9. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe and watch for more. Bye and have a nice day. Bye.